I'm Jen.
I'm Coco.
And
This is Tipsy Talks with Jen and Coco. I think we nailed that.
I think we did pretty good.
Okay, so my husband loves music, right? I learned how to play the flute. I learned how to play piano, but I stopped in high school halfway through. I don't remember. But my husband can play guitar really well, and he bought a drum set, and he taught himself how to play guitar. He can't read music, and he could maybe. I don't know. Anyway, he wants to be in a band and start working with AI and virtual playing and things like that, virtual concerts. So he's looking for people, but I stepped in because he just got a drum set and I freaking crushed it. I don't know if it's my musicality or just my classical training. But I was playing just a song I already knew and I was crushing it, and I hit the drum so hard that I broke a drumstick. Now, I will tell you, prior to me using these drumsticks, my husband has used them, and then another guy who plays drums regularly also used them, so that you might say they have loosened them up. And then but it wasn't like I picked up a pair of cracked drumsticks. I broke those suckers. And now my husband says we have to keep them because it's like a code of honor. Sorry, I spilled my wine. To have your first pair of broken drumsticks. So I feel very special because I don't think I would ever have actually broken a pair in the wild, like fresh ones. Anyway, so what did you do with your week?
I didn't make a sweet video like that.
I know. I invited you to be in our band. We're going to be called CPS.
What does it stand for?
Courtney Preston Striker.
What about me if I'm in it?
If you're in the band with your cowbell that's still on the floor, by the way, we will rediscuss options for CPS. Hey. Okay. What are you going to talk about?
So something that's been weighing kind of heavy on me is friendships. I pretty consistently find myself having FOMO in a lot of situations with people my age where I see that they go out and do all of these things with all of these people. But then also I think that I'm at a time in my life. I was talking in therapy this week about the people in your life, and my therapist said that there's usually 5 people.
That's it. Okay.
And she said sometimes it's okay if there's less than 5 people because
I only have you, Chris, and my husband.
And then I added my wife in there. People that you have.
Can she come on the show? I'm sorry. Where are we at with her visiting?
Okay, let me ask her real quick.
Okay. Me, Preston, your husband. 4 plus.
Well, the thing is if I just had to say girlfriends, it would be you and my wife, and then probably Bethany.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing with Bethany is, at first, after she left, we talked all the time, and now we talk maybe once a month.
The distance is affecting. Yeah. You'll get back.
It's a friendship that is 100% solid.
Yeah, she's your forever friend.
Yeah. But outside of that, my circle has really decreased.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to kind of touch on that as being a woman and being an adult, that friendship is extremely complicated.
Yeah.
And just recently, I had a friend that I've known since high school, and our friendship has ebbed and flowed in situations in our life. But for a long time, she was going through the thick of it, and I was her support person.
Right.
And it was never an issue for me. I never even thought twice about it. It was just that this is what our friendship is and this is what I'm here for.
What do you mean? She's going through the thick of it and you're constantly there, or what do you mean? This is just it.
I was her emotional support human.
Okay.
Basically.
Okay. So you just drop the phone, run over.
No, most of the time it was on the phone. She would call.
Yeah.
Or she would text.
No, I just mean you were there instantly if she needed
anything she needed. I would do whatever
because
I knew that she needed that support.
Okay.
And it it like slowly fizzled out. And what I noticed is that I started in September is when we found out at my work that we're going to be changing, whether that mean that we're not there anymore or whatever. We found out that eventually we would not have a job in the capacity that we had it now. And it was the shittiest day ever. And she messaged me and said something about, I really hate being a supervisor or something like that. And I said, I really hate the fact that I'm going to have to tell my entire staff that they could potentially not have a job in like a month. And there was no like response to that. It was just like oh, I'm sorry. And then we moved back to her, that situation.
Yeah.
And it didn't really become a thing for me until my husband pointed it out. And not that he was like, you gotta stop being friends with her or anything like that.
He did not like her.
No, it was just like, he said, this is unbalanced.
He's observed.
It's unbalanced.
Okay. I like that.
He's like, when,
he pointed it out.
Yeah. He's like, if you needed something, if you needed her to be there, would you call her and have her come and be there for you? And I was like, I probably wouldn't have her be at the top of my list. And it wasn't because of anything. It was just like, I had come to realize that it was off balance and I was giving. And I felt like she was breadcrumbing me along. And breadcrumbing is a term that like people they use it commonly in dating, where you just give just enough to keep somebody coming back.
Okay.
And like, she came to my wedding, but we never did anything together. We would never hang out.
So is that when you felt like friendship was falling apart?
No, it was
never?
It was always like that. It was always like that. We would go to things for her kids, or you and I went to her birthday party.
Yeah.
And so like big things we would go to. She came to my wedding. She came to my bridal shower. But outside of that, those big things, we didn't hang out. She had these other friends that she would hang out with, and she'd be texting me while she was with them if something went wrong or whatever. Like I said, emotional support human. And it was, like I said, it was fine with me. I was fine with it.
Because you didn't notice it.
Yeah, until that happened with my work.
Do you think that would have happened if your husband hadn't have said anything, or do you think you would have noticed it at that moment?
I think I probably would have noticed it at that moment, because I've been working there for 8 years. It's not like I'd been there for a minute.
Right.
That was a big thing.
Yeah.
And
she just dismissed it.
Yeah. And then, so she had a thing where she decided to get off of social media. Totally cool. And we mostly communicated in Facebook Messenger. Her and my husband and I, my husband and I only communicate in Messenger. We don't text.
Why?
I have no idea.
It's just where it is.
I think it's when we first met, when I lived with B and I was in the basement. I didn't have the best phone service.
Oh, and so you just were on Facebook.
So,
okay. And you don't have an iPhone, so you can't connect to Wi-Fi for texting.
So anyway, you and I went to her birthday. She decided to get off of social media, and we talked briefly the day before my birthday in text message.
And this was 3 months later, 2 months later?
Her birthday's in October. My birthday's in December.
Yeah, so 2 months later.
Yeah. So talked the day before my birthday. Didn't even tell me happy birthday.
Oh my God.
I didn't hear from her until just this week. And it was sitting really heavy,
The distance.
And I don't do well in situations that aren't, if I'm wrapping something up, I prefer to put a bow on it and put it on a shelf and move forward. And so it was really bothering me that she was existing in the world. Like, I would see things that she posted, or what really got to me is I was getting notifications on Snapchat that she was posting shit, and I would go to look at it and I couldn't see it.
Oh, like she blocked you.
But I don't know why I was getting notifications that she was posting
That's weird.
But I would go and there was nothing.
Yeah.
I messaged her and I was like, hey, I've been meaning to message you. I don't know what happened, but my feelings are hurt that you couldn't even tell me happy birthday. And I remember I sent it to you. And then I also, after I sent it to you, the whole conversation, it was very brief, and it basically was just kind of twisted around and to where at the end of it, she didn't say you did X, Y, and Z. I just wanted to know what happened. And her return message to me was like, basically, this has been a long time coming, and I've had the same phone number. You could have reached out to me, and I'll always wish you guys the best and whatever.
So no accountability for being a shitty friend and then turning it into you could have reached out to me.
Yeah. And I asked her, and she's like, I said, you disappeared. And she goes, well, I didn't disappear. I just learned a lot of things in that time, whatever.
Do you think it's because I went with you to her birthday?
No.
She has a jealousy, we're besties, so she doesn't...
I have no clue what happened.
How old is she? She
just turned 40. So she's...
Okay, so same age.
Yeah.
And she's acting like a child.
Well, I don't want to
I'm going to say it. You don't have to.
Yeah, I'm not saying it, but what I will say is that shortly after that conversation, I made a point to tell her that I felt used. Mm-hmm. And I said, she goes, well, I don't know how you would feel used, but you're entitled to feel that way. And so I told her,
also, I do like that response to use in the future for myself, but it, how did it make you feel? That she was just yeah, you can feel that way, whatever.
Yeah, but I didn't do that to you.
Yeah.
It made me feel like she's insinuating that I was making a situation up, that I was not making up.
Yeah. She was like, you're a child and you're acting like a child and you can do that, whatever.
So she says that, and then after that happened, I was like, well, this is what happened. She goes, well, I didn't know you were keeping score, but good to know. And it wasn't, it wasn't every time I did something, I was like, take out my little notebook and put a tally.
Oh, she did this again.
Yeah, it's not that. It's just what I wanted her to acknowledge is the fact that I had been there for her through literally some of the worst days of her life.
Yeah.
And
since high school.
Instead of a phase out or whatever, I deserved at least the respect of a conversation hey, I think that it would be in our best interest to just part ways, and that's it. And I think that that's a common thing in friendships, that you walk around on eggshells all the time with certain people.
Okay, so essentially you guys broke up over text.
Yes.
And has this happened before? We're never
with her.
No, just with any friends that broke up over text with you from high school. That's so long. That's a 20-year friendship.
Well, the crazy thing about that whole conversation with her is she literally didn't. I asked her over and over, and she had no answers.
For what were you asking?
Why? What happened?
Why have you disappeared? I want to talk about it.
No, it wasn't. I'm here for you. It wasn't that type of. I wasn't trying to bring things back to the way that they were. But what I was trying to do is, if you're gonna be that person and be peace out, cool. I had just posted the other day this thing about how if there was anything that I wish that younger people would know is that when you are carrying a friendship from, whether it be you and we're not a fairly new, but we're only 6 years in, right?
Yeah.
But even the people that you've been friends with since you were
more than 6 years, excuse me, 10 years.
No.
2016.
No, it wasn't 16.
It wasn't 2020.
Yeah, it was 17.
Okay.
So more than 6 years. Okay. But if I had to say friendship wise,
yeah, we're fresh, but seasoned.
You're probably one of my newest friends.
That's a big deal.
The thing that I posted was that I wish that people knew that if you are trying to sit at a table that you shouldn't be at, God will always protect you from that. And not that I'm trying to be preachy, but I think that things happen or things are revealed to you to show you that that is not a table you want to sit at. Why would I want to sit at a table with a friend who doesn't want to share a meal with me, just wants me to provide the meal for them?
My gosh, that's a powerful analogy.
And I think that, so I had just posted that. So I was having this conversation, and I was definitely doing it on a day where I was already emotionally taxed and I just wanted to do it just to like rip off the Band-Aid and to just stir a little something within myself. And so while I'm having this conversation, I was thinking to myself, like, this is a really fucked up conversation. Like, this is not what you do for, I wouldn't even talk to like a person that I work with in that manner, because it was just, it basically was completely twisted.
Your conversation with her.
Yeah. And if like anything comes of this, I'm happy to share receipts. But like I did
proof, receipts, timelines.
I mean, I shared them with you and I read them to my husband, and both of you were like, that is not.
Yeah.
And so a couple hours later, I came across this post about gaslighting. And it was like slides, and it was like, if you've ever experienced any of these, this is gaslighting. So I'm scrolling over.
And it wasn't like romantic relationships, or both?
It was just in general.
Okay.
Like if a person does X, if a person does Y. And so I'm reading through it, and probably around slide 4,
you were like,
it's
oh
like,
shit.
Holy shit. And so, and in some ways it makes sense, because that's a trauma that she's suffered through. And I think that when you're naturally protecting yourself, you revert back to things that you know hurt you.
Yeah.
Because that's just the
That's all
easiest
you
way
know.
to protect.
Yeah.
And so I read it and I was like, oh shit. So my red flag is that if a situation doesn't end in the way that I want it to, I will continue to try to force it into the ending that I want it to be. Yeah. And so what I did is I went and I blocked her on everything. I blocked her phone number. I blocked her on LinkedIn. I blocked her on Insta. I blocked her like everywhere, because I didn't want to give myself the opportunity to still try to sit at a table that I was not welcome at. And so I think that this thing had been happening for so long. I wanted to talk about it because I know that I'm not the only adult woman who has had a breakup in a friendship. And I think that the thing that happens when you do that, because I've broken up with a couple people, not many. I do have a friend that I knew when I was in middle school that we've kind of had, like, we just had this slow fade. We're not besties anymore. We don't text each other to check in, but we do like occasionally send a funny thing or whatever. But that friend isn't the same friend that I had back then. I wouldn't put our friendship at that level.
Yeah. She's an acquaintance or so.
Yeah.
At this point.
But I think that we just need to, I think that one of the things that we don't do is give ourselves grace in friendships that are taxing.
And allow yourself to remove yourself from the toxic relationship.
Yeah. And I think that one of the things that I've always struggled with is allegiance to people. Like my first ex-husband is a perfect example. That whole situation and the way that ended was so unhealthy. Like that I felt like I needed to be friends with the man that he cheated on me with, that I needed to force him to stay my friend. But it was because we were trauma bonded.
Yeah.
And so like, you have to give yourself permission to break that tie, because I will stay friends with people until the end of time, but that's also what my mom taught me to do. So I have a question for you.
Okay. About my friends?
Just in general. So as an adult, how do you find a new friend? Thank you.
Sorry, it's a spider. How do I find? I don't know.
Like, what's your criteria? Like, when you meet a new human, you're like, this could go one of two ways.
I mean, like, I don't think I'm one of the people that you're breathing so heavy. I was like, I don't know that I have criteria. I think at this point I'm like, just show up. You want to be friends, just come hang out. I don't know. I don't have any new friends.
When was the last time you made a new friend?
I finally started to share personal things at work with a coworker, and in the last year, I would consider her a friend.
Is this the one that I know about?
Yeah, you guys are the most opposite. You cannot be in the same room anymore. Not that like brawls happen, but you guys are the most opposite humans. And that's it. I don't know. Like, because my husband's trying. We have people over trying to like jam and do band stuff, and they ghost him, and it's so sad.
Okay, so then how do you balance because you and I had equal issues yesterday, not equal in severity, but we both were struggling yesterday.
Like hard ass days. Yeah.
And how do you balance a friendship when you both are going through shit? Because I think that that's also something that you and I are both terrible at this. So I'm curious at what your answer is, because you and I, we've talked about how it helps us to be able to help other people.
Yeah.
So we're both in our shit, but you are very protective of your shit, your literal shit.
You ain't gonna see my shit.
But like, you're very protective of what you're dealing with. But I'm just over here like, so like, what is that like for you? How do you balance that?
Okay, so I feel like I'm ready to share this with you. So something that I have reflected and am working on in therapy is my whole childhood. So my whole childhood, my job in my mind was to not be the problem, was to be silent, to be successful, and to succeed in life, but that I was not a blip on anyone's radar, because my mom had gone through so much. My dad had whatever, like gone, like, and who knows, like, well, his life sucked too, but that was the responsibility that I took on. So in a friendship, when both of us are having bad days, I don't want to say what's going on. I don't want to be, quote unquote, the problem. So I just want to hear about your problem, and I want to fix it. And that's exactly what I do. But in this situation like yesterday, you gave me nothing, and I couldn't support you. And it was very hard.
Because I knew you were going through it, and I wasn't going to be like...
I know, but that's all I know.
But so we both do the same thing to each other.
Yeah.
And it's funny.
I don't know if that's a trauma response, or it's just, like I said, I'm working on it in therapy. That is my natural response from something like a behavior I have learned.
Yeah, you have to fix it.
Yeah.
Like when that time I could not breathe, and you're like,
yeah,
tell me all the things.
Tell me, what do you need? How can I do it? What can I do? Tell me what to do. I'll fix it. And like, because in my mind, I'm not doing a good job. And
being a friend,
just in general, like I'm failing. I'm failing you. I'm failing your lungs. I'm failing as a person. Instead of just being a calm resource of like, just breathe through it. So I don't know if that helps you. I feel like that was a deep sharing moment in her friendship.
Oh, that's good.
Hopefully you understand me more better. And I like that we both have that same response. I mean, I don't like it for us, but it's good to know we're this. And maybe that's why we're friends, because we are the same.
Because we don't put on each other's plate what we don't think the other person can handle.
Yeah. And like, I know that I could put something heavy on your plate. I hope you could put something heavy on my plate, but we just try not to. Maybe we need to get deeper in our friendship.
You think?
I don't know. But throw me your things. Let's see what plates I can juggle.
The other thing is, so one of the things that came up in this is, what is a normal distance versus being a bad friend? So what is a normal distance? Like, I was talking about Bethany. It's like, I don't want to bombard her, but also, what if there are things that are happening that I don't know about because I'm not asking, or I'm not being a good friend?
I don't think it's not being a good friend. I think that's what friendship is. It ebbs and flows, and it depends on the person. When I'm having a really hard, what I have learned in the last few years, I had the worst thing possible happen to me in life, and I called everybody that I knew and needed support from. And to this day, I regret doing that. Like, I learned I don't need to share every detail with every person. I just need to say, I'm going through something, I need your help. But then there's people that I think are your safe space and don't judge what you're going to tell them and use it against you. And I have learned tough lessons of who that is for me. And so I think it's just the whole conversation is about boundaries and trust. And sometimes that trust gets broken and it takes those boundaries to learn, but then you set them up and you move forward.
Yeah.
And so I don't think it's one person's job to handle all of my burdens or all of my, I'm having a bad day or I'm having a great day. It's just in that moment, who do you need and who do you trust? And sometimes, like I said, that trust gets broken. But in the moment, they're just trying to help you, but they use it against you. And that's where it hurts you.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know. There is no right answer. It's just until you know, because people I've known over 20 years have helped and supported in those moments, but they've also hurt me.
Yeah.
So what's yours? Like, what's your boundary or your person? How do you know how to move forward or get support when you need it?
Distance versus being the bad friend. I think that I know that this is fading and I'm probably like a boomer or whatever they say, but
you are not a boomer.
I still believe in that, my friends list on Facebook is curated to people that I only want knowing my business. And I still post, I still share things because I figure that's the easiest way for people to know what's going on.
Yeah.
And it's whatever level you're willing to share. But at the same time, I think that if a friend sees that you're going through it and they're just not acknowledging that, that's really fucked up.
Oh, yeah. Especially, maybe I'm just on the longevity piece. Your longest friends, no matter if you post something, they fucking know you and they need to be reaching out and supporting you. Whether it's just a text that's like, hey, I saw your post, I'm here for you. Or it's like, call me, I'm worried about you.
Yeah.
Do fucking something.
Yeah. But I think that we are, as women, moms, careers, all of those things, that you're carrying so much weight of everything that is going on that you have to figure out how to equally balance all of those things and still be a friend to someone.
Yeah. And take care of yourself with whatever you're going through.
Yeah. I think that that's one of the hardest things, and I wish I had an answer for that. But I think that it's still the thing that still for some reason sticks with me is don't put yourself at a table you're not welcome at.
I love that.
If somebody isn't meeting you where you're at, that doesn't mean that you can't be friends anymore. But what it means is that you're just, like you said, in a different season.
Yeah. So with this friend that you've been going through it with, do you feel like you were setting new boundaries by blocking them on all your socials and or were you like, I'm done?
I think I was like, I'm done.
Okay.
Because it was the way that the conversation went wasn't I'm going to put a bookmark in this and save it for the future. And we'll just take this time away and come back to it.
So that's what I'm concerned, because I know this person and I know you, and I know that if they reach out to you and are like, this is going on, you would again.
I wouldn't get it because she's blocked everywhere.
You blocked her. Okay. Because I would say you would drop everything to help her.
Yeah. I wouldn't get it because, and like some may say, and you and I figured out that she had looked at our TikToks.
Yeah.
And then I figured out that it was because she unfollowed us, which is cool. Like, whatever, you know. Yeah, I'm not going to make you be my friend just because we have these years of friendship. And that's not what the point of the conversation was. It wasn't even, I want to keep being friends with you. What I wanted to know is how you walked away from this situation where you had a pretty decent friend.
Yeah.
And you have the balls to come to me and act like you didn't get anything from it. And that that our friendship was fading. But if you can't answer that question, then that's on you. Like, you're making that choice. And so for me, it was a very
cut and dry.
It has to be, because the old me would keep that door propped open and allow for that to come back in. And why should I have a friendship like that?
Well, and so what brought you to the new you? You said the old me would allow that, but so how are you the new you?
I think that therapy, one.
Yeah, I fucking can't plug therapy enough.
I know. And two, just like realizing I'm 43 and I've gone through some shit in my life, and there's people that have showed up for every single season. Yep. There's people that have been there through the good and bad. And what I talked about last week is I had a few friends where they only benefited when I was failing, right. When things were not good for me. That's when they did great, because they got to show that they had this over me. Or like there was a time where I was couch surfing and they had a home, and I did, like all of those things. And even this friend, she may not have intentionally meant this when she said it, and I'm going to give her the credit of the fact that I don't think that she said it maliciously, but it really dug at me, because we've talked about the fact that I haven't had my own kids, and that there are times, I'm not going to lie, where I feel a little sad that I don't have my own kids.
You'd be such a good mom.
And the last thing she said to me was, "Have a good night. I'm going to go be a mom." And I don't think that she said that to dig at me, but that fucking stung.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, oh my God. It was almost the worst of everything that she said in that message. And I don't think that she intended it that way. And I don't know if it was just that day that I felt that way, because now that I hear it and now I'm saying it, it doesn't sound as serious. But in that moment, for some reason, it just like really struck a nerve. And I was like, you fucking bitch.
But also, like, so what, like, you're choosing your responsibilities over being a friend responsibly?
Well, what it made me feel like is, you are not of importance to me.
You don't know.
You don't matter to me at all. But it's just, that's so shitty to, okay, cool.
It's just one more dig, the last final dig. But I think that the dignity comes that you didn't respond, and you were just like, "Hey, I see how you feel. I'm done. We're not friends."
Yeah.
And so now that it's been a while since all of that's happened, like, how are you feeling about it? Are you just mourning the friendship, or just like, fuck that bitch?
I think I'm somewhere in the middle. But also, what am I missing? That's the thing, is what am I missing?
What do you mean, like, in the friendship? Because like what you've shared is like, you were the one, she's the one that's going to be missing stuff. You haven't missed anything because she didn't give. Well, she just took.
And we just talked about her.
Yeah.
And I hope that I'm not that person.
You're not.
I think that there was a time where I was that person.
But sometimes we all have to be that person at some point. But we've earned it because there was another person we were there for when that happened.
Yeah.
And it sounds like in this situation with this friend, you never got that opportunity. And that's what friendship is that back and forth support of one another when it's needed.
Yeah. I think the other thing too that just comes naturally is, like, when you get married versus when you're single, like, your friendships are different. And that was part of the reason I think that we did drift apart, if I had to say, because she she wanted to be loved so much, but she was not dating. And I'm over here with my husband. And not that she was jealous or anything, but it was just, you become a different person when you get married, regardless of whether you intend to or not. Like, your priorities change. And with me, what also shifted is we have a family. Like, Chris has kids already. Like, I have a different life. It's not. And the other thing that was crazy with her was that her ex-husband was remarried, and so her kids had a stepmom. And so it was interesting to be friends with her as the stepmom. So I was over here starting life in some capacity of what her ex-husband was doing, and it was just wild to see like how it was all flowing together. And there was a situation with her ex-husband where Chris had to literally protect her life, and I don't think she owes me an allegiance or him an allegiance for that, because I don't think that that's what that was. It was just a situation that happened. But what it did do is it, to me, earned a level of respect that we did not get from her.
Yeah.
And not that we deserve to be like pampered and have all of your best home goods thrown at us and whatever, but also like, hey, I recognize that you guys
here
are
for you all the time.
Yeah.
No matter what. Like, literally, my husband laid his life down for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. That does. It puts a different level. But it's an expectation that she shouldn't even have to recognize. If you guys are that close, you're willing to do that for any friend, your allegiance goes up immediately.
Yeah.
And you didn't get that. And it's not that like that's not why you broke up as friends. But dude, I would be so upset if my husband laid his life on the line, or I laid my life on the line for a friend, because I would do that instantly.
Yeah.
And I don't expect anything from it other than just be my friend back.
Yeah.
And she didn't do that.
Yeah. Exactly.
So we were on how are you feeling this week about all of it?
I think I'm good. I mean, it still bothers me that I don't understand what happened. And I think that happens with any friendship.
Yeah.
The only other friend that I have that I've like permanently broken up with, I miss her all the time. And so I think that I'm just dealing with it, and there's just like that level of, with the other friend, I know why that friendship ended and it was my fault. But this one, like the fact that I don't understand even why, and the craziest shit to me is we got matching tattoos together.
Yeah.
Like, if you're on your way out of a friendship, I ain't fucking getting matching anything with you. I wouldn't even get a matching outfit with you.
You wouldn't be there for the matching event.
I'd be like, peace out, girl. I'm not going to match you. But, and that was another question I had, and it didn't get answered. But I didn't want to make this whole episode about that situation. What I really wanted to talk about is how we handle those situations. And as adults, it hits different when a friendship breaks up versus when you're a kid, right? It's just, it's different. And also the fact that as an adult, you have to set boundaries that you never had to do when you were kids. You just didn't have to have those. And sometimes people just aren't accepting of the fact that you have a boundary.
It's so weird. I'm working on that in therapy right now with my family.
Of creating boundaries.
Yeah. And upholding them, but not being like, this is a boundary I set. Like, just saying no.
Yeah.
Or like, did you ask? Because XYZ is, so yeah, it's so different than when you're a kid.
And I think also that it hits different when you're going through things and all those people show up for you.
Yeah.
So that's what I wanted to talk about.
That's hard. And I think it's something everybody goes through and handles differently because everybody responds differently.
Yeah.
But it sucks.
What is a time where you felt like the worst friend?
So I had a friend, not you, but her mom passed away unexpectedly. And she called me first and was like racing down the highway to get home to be like, are you for real? And this is like 4 hours away, like not close. And she's just like, my mom died. And I was like, I'm ready. I'm on my way. I'm in the car right now. I'm coming to you. And she said, no, it's okay. I don't want you here right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like I listened to her and I didn't go. But I wish I had, just to be that friend, whether it was turning me away at the door or accepting me. I just felt like a bad friend because I wasn't there. And I know that I couldn't have fixed anything if I had been there, but it would have made me feel like a better friend to physically be there. What do you need? Water? Do you need a Kleenex? Like, and then I couldn't do that. I was helpless.
Yeah. Can I say something to make you feel better about that?
Yeah.
As a person who's lost a mom unexpectedly, you're a lot.
I'm a lot. Excuse me.
I mean it in the nicest way. Like you are so, and I just know this from that panic attack I had. That like, and it's the way that you are. It fits in a right time.
Just not right when your mom died.
Like right immediately after. There's only one person that one friend that I allowed in that space, and that was my wife.
But it's good that you knew that in that moment, because I've never been in that moment, and I just want to fix it, and I just want to help, and I want to take the pain away for you. And that does make sense. I am a lot. I need to work on it.
No, because it's part of who you are. Like, it just makes, and it's, like I said, it has a space. Like, there are times where I so appreciate that, but there are times where I talk about you when I'm speaking at that place that you used to work.
You talk about me?
I do, because the girl that I speak with, we talk about how, like, we don't do the debriefing after we're done speaking, and how we don't
process your
don't not touchy feely, that's not the right word, but the how do you feel about that therapist? We're just like, fuck that, okay, we're good, we're gonna leave. And I say one of my best friends used to work here, and it's a consistent thing where I have to meet her where she's at because of how she is. And I think you learned it from there.
Probably. I
think you learned it from there. And it's not bad. It's just one of the ways that you and I are polar opposite.
Yeah.
Is that. And we talk about that because it's in that area, that's having supportive people in your life or whatever is important. And we are cold-hearted bitches, and we handle things different. I guess
there's a time and a place for Coco.
Yeah. No, but
I get it.
And it's not anything bad, so I don't know if that made you feel better. But just in that situation, you want that friend that just wants to be in the room but doesn't want to talk to you.
Yeah, is just there, and I can be that friend. You just have to tell me to. You can come, but don't talk to me, and it won't work.
But then I'll just watch you, and it'll just be literally just boiling in your body.
And then it becomes about me, and I don't want it to be. So it's good that you know that, and in the moment that she knew that about herself, please don't come. But that's when I felt like a bad friend. Yeah. Just because I couldn't fix it, and I couldn't be there. Yeah. When did you feel like a bad friend?
With my wife, she got married, and I was supposed to be in her wedding, but I was making bad life choices. And
talk more about that.
Well, this is about my fiance that we have not talked about yet.
Okay.
Sorry. And so during that time I was making bad choices, and I elected to basically put him in front of her, and we didn't talk for a while, a couple years. And that really sucked because she had really
been there for you.
Yeah, and I was a really shitty friend.
But it's good that you've been able to come back from it. Or did you guys talk about it?
Yeah, we talked about it.
Yeah, and the adult conversation of you the one you tried to have with your friend now.
Yeah.
But just nothing.
No, well, met with nothing but rage or something.
And self-victimization, is that the word?
Yeah. All right.
Well, that's a heavy topic, and I feel like we're not done with it, but I think that it's something that, I mean, friendships are always ongoing and having drama. And that's why they're friends, because your friends know you best and your family.
And friends also know the best way to push your buttons.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's bestie time.
What is your favorite struggle meal? Like, since your mom was a single mom when you were growing up, did you have poor people food?
Oh, yeah.
What is your favorite?
Well, I want to say beefaroni, but that's not poor people food. So I think, and I still eat this, is a tortilla, like a small, medium, large, depending, and then a piece of the like plastic cheese that comes in the plastic, and you heat that up and you roll it up.
Oh, like a cheesy roll up at Taco Bell?
Yeah, depending, and like the cheese is determinate on the size.
Yeah.
The amount. I fucking live for that shit.
That's good. My favorite poor people meal is hamburger helper and white bread with butter.
Oh my God, my husband and I still have that sometimes.
We do too.
It's because it's good. You forget though, like you don't make it and then you're like, God, this slaps.
It's like, yes. But what's the alternative though? Like when you were growing up, what's a poor people meal that your mom made that you just cannot get behind now? Mine is beef stroganoff hamburger helper.
Okay. Mine's a side dish and it's zucchinis with tomatoes, like canned diced tomatoes, zucchini and cheese. I don't know why, but I just can't. I want to make that dish because like that is the heritage. That's what we eat. But it's awful.
What kind of cheese?
Whatever's in the fridge.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah. Don't recommend.
Is it the juices from the tomato too?
Yeah, like just like non-drained diced canned tomatoes dumped into a skillet with cut up zucchini, sometimes onion. I mean, it's good. I'm describing it. It's good. I feel like, yeah, I'd eat that. But every time it's an option and not my favorite.
All right. What's your question?
Okay. Ooh, what's something you could give a 30-minute presentation on with zero prep? I feel like yours would be such a good presentation.
How to cut hay.
Hay?
Yeah.
I didn't know you knew how to do that.
I do.
Also, it takes 30 minutes.
Oh, no, it takes way longer.
No, to train some, like a prep?
Probably.
Okay.
I could also do like a suicide prevention.
I know. I was wondering if you'd be like, which way you'd go, but hey. Okay, what's something I would give a presentation on for 30? It's probably just like my job, like senior resources and what's available in the Denver metro area. And also,
is that how you would talk?
No.
Very good.
I'm a delight. You know, I had to give a presentation to the commissioners and the E-team, which is all the directors for the whole county. And I got feedback from multiple people on how good my presentation was and how engaging I was. And I was like, cha-ching, crushed it. But also I was like, it wasn't a professional presentation. Like I was like, hey, you know, I engaged the audience, but I feel like that's what a presenter does. So I was very proud of myself.
A presenter engages the audience.
Yeah. And I think I'm really good at that. Anyway, okay, your turn.
What is one thing you think we have in common that surprises you?
I would say, well, we have in common our work ethic. That doesn't surprise me, though. I think something that surprises me... Dude, I don't know. Do you have one?
I don't know.
I don't have something that, like, surprises me.
I think that sometimes, like, when we talk about having similar shows in common, that surprises me because we do have an age difference.
Yeah, I could see that.
What's going on?
I'm just asking AI if it could help me, but it didn't. I guess that. I think that we do have an age difference. Because how old are you? 43?
44.
Okay, so you're almost 10 years older than me. I feel like, yeah, it does.
No, I am 43. I'll be 44 this year.
Okay, so 8-year difference. Yeah, like that should affect things more in our friendship or come up more in our friendship, but it doesn't. Like things you were into, things I was into, it works still with the 8-year difference.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, besties, that's all the emotional damage we can afford today.
Thank you for hanging out with us during this episode of Tipsy Talks with Jen and Coco.
If you laughed, cried, or suddenly remembered something you swore you healed from,
You're welcome.
rate, review, subscribe, or just send it to your most unwell friend.
And until next time, make good choices, or at least interesting ones.
False.